Hi guys, and welcome to another short video where I'm going to be discussing the reasons why I'm going to be returning this iSteady Pro 4 action gimbal back to the retailer. I've been using the gimbal for about a month to experiment with it. There are a few reasons why I don't like the gimbal anymore, so if you're interested in finding out about those, perhaps you're considering buying it, then stay tuned. Alright, let's get straight to business. So, as I said, I've been using the gimbal for about a month, experimenting with the various little filming techniques. But there are two main reasons why I've decided to return it. And that is that with the GoPro action camera mounted, is that the way they've designed the actual holder, and I'm going to hold it towards the camera here, you notice that it actually restricts the screen quite a lot. First of all, I thought that wasn't too much of an issue, but as I've been using the actual GoPro camera, some of the buttons appear right on that side there, and it's really difficult to kind of angle your finger to be able to press those buttons. And I find I have to actually take the camera out of the holder to be able to access the buttons and then put it back into the gimbal. And that's a little bit defeating the purpose of it, because it is actually a very, very quick mechanism. And one of the reasons I do like this gimbal is that, oh, I can't even do it now, crikey, is that it's actually very, very quick to mount and take off. And that, for some reason, it's very difficult at that point, but you can just slide the camera in and actually just bring up this little red catch and just pop it at the back and you're good to go. But as I said, it's a little bit difficult to press the buttons. Now, maybe that's not a bother for many people, but it is certainly a bother for me. If you've got maybe the mobile app or something, then you can use the mobile app and maybe it's not really an issue, but I just find it a little bit of a nuisance. So that's probably one reason. The other reason is when I'm doing, for example, crane motion shots, for some reason I find the gimbal decides to do its own little random thing. Now that's not me having unsteady hands. It seems to just a little bit wander off in one of those directions. It's almost like it's correcting itself. It's quite actually difficult to explain and quite difficult to capture on camera to show you what I mean. Let me just see if I can show you. So I'm just going to fire it up. If I press the right button, right. Okay, so the gimbal is now on. So what happens is that as I actually go into, say, for example, I want to do a crane motion, and I've got it currently in a torchlight, not torchlight, I've got it in the torch mode, and I'm, for example, raising the camera up. You may find that it actually makes it like that, a very slight correction to my motion, and then it sort of rotates back. And I find it does that quite often, so I'm trying to ring the camera up and then it will just do a little quick correction to one of the directions as it finishes off the move. Now that's not me twisting the handle anyway, because I've got it in the mode where the rotation is switched off. I do find it seems to only do it when I'm going vertically, but I do that motion quite a lot when I'm doing some filming. I just find it a little bit of an irritation. Yes, I can actually edit that motion out if I want to, but why should I? So there are other gimbals, for example the Inky Falcon Plus that I also use, which doesn't have the issue, and I also use obviously the Digital Crane M3, which also of course doesn't have the issue, but I'm paying twice the price for that, so it's not surprising. But that's not the point, because although I'm still paying a pretty penny for this gimbal, and I expect even the basic motions to not go off and do its little thing. I do expect the actual gimbal to keep the shots straight and not wander off. So for those two reasons, that's why I've decided to return this particular gimbal. Now, you may find your particular model, if you buy it, doesn't have this issue, and if you don't, I'd love to know if it's just mine or whether they all have those little issues. Please let me know in the comments below. Alright, take care, hope you find it useful, see you soon.